13 days have passed since Israel attacked the Iranian embassy in Damascus on April 1st, 2024. And now it is time to fulfill Ayatollah Khamenei's warning.
رژیم خبیث اشتباه کرد. در این قضیه باید تنبیه بشود و تنبیه خواهد شد.
Iran wants to carry out the largest military operation against Israel in the last 30 years. The issue makes Netanyahu more nervous than anyone else. Israel and NATO are completely ready. If Iran's operation fails, things will be much easier for Israel, and the Arabs will be encouraged to unite with the regime. But if Israel fails, that will be a major nightmare for the people in occupied Al-Quds. Those who call it Al-Quds Jerusalem have been dealing with the nightmare of Iran's attack for 13 days. Tonight is the night that the nightmare in Jerusalem will take place, April 13th, 2024. It has been 2 weeks since occupied territories descended into chaos. Armed individuals are flocking to stores, buying water and basic necessities in preparation for a crisis following Iran's attack. Despite a complete media blackout, the commander of the Israeli army has urged residents not to panic by assuring them Iran's operation will not be a harsh one. This statement implies the situation will not be apocalyptic and there's no need to swarm the stores. These words indicate that the situation is not in their favor at all. The effects of the psychological war have manifested in the behaviors of both the people and officials in occupied territories. Military officials of the regime have done their best to prepare for Iran's retaliatory operation. Benjamin Netanyahu requested the commander of CENTCOM, the U.S. military in West Asia, to go to Israel. This is the army that assassinated the commander of Iran's Quds Force. U.S. warships moved closer to occupied territories. Finally, Iranian authorities decided to inform regional countries that the retaliatory operation would be carried out within 72 hours. The U.S. and Israel were also notified, prompting them to take the final necessary measures to face Iran's retaliatory strike. This indicates NATO is prepared to defend Israel with all its forces in West Asia. A few days before the operation, during a meeting with military commanders, the leader of the Islamic Revolution of Iran, Ayatollah Khamenei, recited a poem he had written many years back. The poem goes, "You are the miracle on the palm of sorcerers. Throw your staff and don't run away from the fear of the snake." This verse refers to the story of Prophet Moses, who threw his staff in front of the Pharaoh's sorcerers as commanded by God. The staff turned into a snake, foiling the spells of the sorcerers. Ayatollah Khamenei alluded to this story, relating it to those who claim to follow Moses implicitly considering them as the pharaohs of the present time. The atmosphere of the Operation True Promise evokes a special ideological ambiance. Verses from the Holy Quran are inscribed on the rockets. Photos of children martyred by Israel's bombing in Gaza are attached to the rockets as well, along with the names of those martyred in Israel's attack on the Iranian consulate in Damascus. A prayer known as Tawassul, often recited by Shia Muslims before important events, was being recited. Finally, at around 10 o'clock at night, Operation True Promise was launched with the code, "O Messenger of God." Iran launched the attack with the enemy fully prepared to defend itself. It was time for the test, testing Iran's war machine in a limited operation against all NATO and Israeli military assets. There are two main targets in this operation that Iran aims to strike under NATO's watchful eyes as punishment for Israel. The first target is a spy base in the occupied Golan Heights, and the second, the Nevatim air base, where the fighter jets that attacked the Iranian embassy were kept. The Golan Heights, which belongs to Syria, was occupied by the Zionist regime a few decades ago. Due to the strategic dominance of these heights over a wide range of eastern regions, they hold great significance for the regime in terms of surveillance and espionage. The first wave of attacks begin with the Shahed 136 drones. Shahed is the most famous Iranian drone, as the Ukrainian government has repeatedly claimed it is used by Russia to strike targets in Ukraine. Shahed's engine makes a unique sound, so it is known as a flying lawnmower. These drones have to travel a distance of over 1,000 kilometers from Iran, which, considering NATO's air coverage, Israel's distance from Iran, and the low speed of the drones, military observers question the efficiency of the weapon. In a military exercise, the Shahed 136, simulating a chimney pipe, targeted Israel's nuclear equipment with such precision that it made headlines for quite some time. The Iranian Shahed 136 UAV has garnered global attention due to its high power and ability to hit sensitive and strategic positions, leading some countries to copy its design. The Shahed 136 drone was unveiled in 2021. What distinguishes this UAV from other types is its economic price and destructive power. The Shahed 136 has a warhead weighing 50 kilograms and a maximum range of 2,000 kilometers, allowing Iran to target Israel from its own soil. 9 months ago, Israel's Channel 11 investigated Iranian drones and highlighted the Shahed 136 as a dangerous device. While the Shahed does not have high destructive power, its total price is at most $30,000. A $30,000 drone alone is capable of disabling a Patriot system which costs several $100 million. If the system wants to target a drone, it has to shoot at least a $3 million missile. The price of each Patriot missile launcher unit is estimated at around $10 million, and each guided missile plane costs about $3 million. Therefore, Iran will force Israel to fire about $400 million worth of Patriot missiles by launching approximately 170 drones worth $30,000. The war has not yet started, and Iran should be called the winner of imposing an economic cost on the enemy. But Shahed is not all of Iran's drone arsenal. The Islamic Republic also has Arash suicide drone, the world's longest range suicide drone with a range of more than 2,000 kilometers. In addition to its suicide capabilities, the Arash drone can suppress air defenses. The commander of the Army's ground forces stated in an interview, "We will use this drone to attack Haifa and Tel Aviv." Iran has developed the Kian 1 and 2 UAVs, which can reach speeds of over 500 kilometers per hour, comparable to a cruise missile. These Army drones are capable of intercepting defense systems, and upgrading to Arash drones makes destroying defense systems significantly easier. However, Iran has not deployed any Kian drones against Israel, opting instead to use the Shahed 136, its most basic combat drones. There are 3 THAAD systems in the path of Iran's drones. One is at the Incirlik base in Turkey, where American troops are stationed. The second is in the UAE, and the third is in occupied territories. The Shahed drones have to navigate this extensive radar barrier. Additionally, Saudi Arabia's army is being equipped with this system worth $15 billion. Furthermore, Saudi Arabia, the U.S. Army in Iraq, and Jordan all have the Patriot system, which also lies along the route to Israeli-occupied territories. Iran has not yet deployed any of its important drones into combat. Iran possesses drones with a range of 200 kilometers, capable of flying and photographing large American ships without being detected.